My beloved child, pause for a moment and listen with the ears of your spirit. Something deep inside you has already noticed it. The atmosphere around your life feels different. The air carries a strange anticipation, as if creation itself is waiting for your next step. You can't quite explain it, but your heart feels heavier than usual, and your thoughts wrestle more than before. This feeling is not random. This is not confusion. This is the beginning of a divine shift. You are standing at the edge of a season that will transform everything you thought you knew about yourself. You thought the storms were finally clearing, that you were entering a peaceful stretch. Instead, the clouds gathered again, darker and more intense. But listen carefully, these storms are not here to destroy you. They are here to reveal who you really are. Many believe that when they obey, life becomes easy. They imagine a road free of obstacles, where blessings arrive without effort. But those who are chosen quickly learn something different. The deeper you walk into purpose, the stronger the resistance becomes. Because your journey is not ordinary. What surrounds you is not merely inconvenience, it is spiritual conflict. You are pushing against invisible forces that fear what you are becoming. They do not fight people who are content staying small. They attack the ones destined to rise. You have been marked with purpose, whether you fully see it yet or not. And yes, darkness has noticed. There are moments you feel an unexplained heaviness at night. Sleepless thoughts. Sudden waves of anxiety. It isn't just emotion, it is the pressure of unseen warfare around your destiny. But my child, you must not panic. You must not assume you are losing. What you are facing is proof that you matter. It is evidence that you are stepping into territory the enemy does not want you to reach. Look at your life and the shifts happening around you. People you trusted have become distant. Some who once celebrated you now speak about you quietly. Invitations stopped coming. Opportunities slowed. Conversations changed tone. You started to wonder if you did something wrong. But hear this truth, I removed certain people because they could not walk with you where I am taking you. If they stayed, they would have weakened your faith, doubted your growth, and poisoned your hope. Rejection did not break you, it protected you. Even doors that closed unexpectedly were not failures. They were redirections. There are seasons when I must block what you thought you needed so that you do not settle too early. If you entered those places now, they would limit you. You were not created to fit into small rooms. I am preparing spaces that match the strength of your calling. But those spaces require a stronger version of you than the one you carry today. This is why the pressure has increased. This is why the battles became personal. You are being trained. Gold is not formed in comfort. Warriors are not shaped in silence. Every challenge you survived built endurance inside you. Every tear watered the soil of your future. When the enemy whispered you were finished, I quietly whispered, not yet. And you kept walking. That alone proves you were never ordinary. You may ask, why must I go through so much? Because I trust you with more. Ordinary lives require ordinary preparation. Extraordinary callings demand extraordinary refinement. If everything came easily, you would never learn strength. If everyone supported you, you would never learn discernment. If you were never broken, compassion would not grow in you. My child, lift your head and realize something powerful, you are still standing. Despite heartbreak, disappointment, betrayal, loss, confusion, you did not collapse. You did not lose your mind. You did not give up completely, even when the temptation seemed irresistible. That is not weakness. That is resilience. That is spiritual maturity quietly growing inside of you. Understand this: waiting is not punishment. Waiting is protection. Some blessings are heavy. Some doors carry responsibility. If they open too early, they would crush you instead of blessing you. So when it feels slow, remember. I am positioning people, aligning timing, preparing environments, and strengthening you internally so that when the blessing arrives, you will not just receive it, you will maintain it. There were nights your heart asked why you love so deeply, why you care so fiercely while others seem so careless. You questioned whether softness was a flaw. But I created you intentionally. Your heart is a lighthouse in a world drowning in coldness. People may not always appreciate it, but lives were comforted because you existed. You gave hope where there was none. You loved people who never thanked you. Heaven saw every unseen act of kindness. Those scars you carry are not marks of defeat. They are signatures of survival. They remind you that even in your most fragile moments, grace held you together. Others may see only fragments of your story. They do not know the nights you cried silently or the mornings you rose while broken. But I know. And I honor your perseverance. When discomfort arises again, remember, it is a signal, not of failure, but of expansion. I unsettle you when it is time to move. What used to satisfy you suddenly feels small. Familiar spaces feel tight. Conversations no longer nourish your soul. That restlessness is a holy invitation, an invitation to step beyond fear, beyond doubt, beyond limitation. There is still so much inside you that has not awakened yet. Creativity, courage, authority, compassion, leadership, all waiting beneath layers of fear and memory. And I am peeling those layers back gently but firmly. You will not recognize yourself soon, not because you changed into someone new, but because you finally became who you always were. Do not compare your path with others. Some seem to advance quickly, but foundations built in haste often collapse. You are being built on rock, not sand. Slow progress does not mean no progress. It means secure progress. Trust that every unseen moment of growth matters. Trust that every silent prayer was heard. Trust that every setback carried a lesson that will serve you later. The enemy desires to convince you that you have missed your moment. That you are behind. That you are forgotten. Those are lies. I am never early, and I am never late. When I open what belongs to you, it will arrive with clarity, peace, and alignment. You will not have to force it. You will simply step into it. And now, my child, hear this clearly: your story is not ending, it is unfolding. The heaviness you feel is not the weight of defeat, but the pressure of birth. Something new is emerging inside you. A stronger faith. A clearer vision. A deeper trust. You will look back on this season and realize it was the turning point, the place where everything painful became purposeful. Keep walking. Keep believing. Keep growing. You are closer than you think. Heaven is not distant. It is working behind the scenes on your behalf. Angels are positioned. Paths are clearing. Hearts are softening. And at the appointed time, everything will align. You are not broken beyond repair. You are becoming unbreakable. You are not overlooked. You are being prepared. You are not losing. You are learning how to win in ways you never imagined. So breathe. Stand firm. Do not shrink back. The future ahead of you carries light, strength, and promise. And I am walking every step beside you, just as I always have. My child, lean in a little closer, because there is something deeper I need you to understand. Not every loss was meant to be replaced. Some things were removed to free your hands for what is coming. You prayed for strength, and instead, situations appeared that forced you to become stronger. You prayed for clarity, and certain relationships faded so your vision could sharpen. You prayed for peace, and storms rose, teaching you how to command the waves instead of drowning beneath them. I did not ignore your prayers, I answered them in ways that built you rather than spoiled you. There were seasons when silence surrounded you and you wondered where I had gone. But silence does not mean absence. Silence is often the classroom where your faith learns to breathe without constant reassurance. Do you remember those nights when you whispered into the darkness, unsure if anyone heard you? I did. Every word, every sigh, every tear found its way to my heart. You never cried alone, even when it felt that way. You have walked through valleys that stole pieces of you along the way. Parts of your innocence, your trust, your certainty seemed to vanish. And yet, here you are, still capable of love, still open to hope, still willing to try. That alone is miraculous. Many become bitter in the fire, you became deeper. Many build walls, you built wisdom. This is why your story carries weight, because it was forged in authenticity, not comfort. There is something else you must know, not everyone who misunderstands you is your enemy. Sometimes people react from the limits of their own wounds. They see your growth and feel threatened because it forces them to confront their own stagnation. They pull away, not because you failed, but because your evolution reminded them of what they refuse to change. Pray for them, but keep moving. You cannot shrink yourself to soothe someone else's fear. Soon, you will begin to notice subtle confirmations. Conversations that echo what you've been sensing. Unexpected encouragement at the exact moment you almost gave up. Dreams that feel more like instructions than imagination. These are not coincidences. They are signals guiding you toward alignment. Pay attention. The more you listen, the clearer the path becomes. You may feel like your progress is invisible, but transformation rarely announces itself loudly. Seeds break long before they ever bloom. Roots dig deep before flowers appear. In this hidden work, I am strengthening your foundation so that when the weight of destiny rests upon you, you will not crumble. Trust the slow shaping taking place deep below the surface of your life. There will be moments ahead where fear will knock again. Doubt will revisit. Old insecurities will try to reclaim space in your mind. Do not be surprised, growth rarely happens without resistance. But this time, you will respond differently. You will speak to fear instead of obeying it. You will remind doubt of every battle you already survived. You will answer insecurity with the truth of who you have become. And when I open the right doors, they will not confuse you. They will carry peace, clarity, and a sense of divine timing. You will not beg to enter, you will be invited. You will not chase validation, it will recognize you. Opportunities shaped for you will fit without forcing. Relationships that honor you will feel safe, not draining. That is how you will know they are from me. Do not be afraid to let go of what cannot come with you. Release what keeps you tied to older versions of yourself. Growth always asks something in exchange: comfort, familiarity, approval. But what you receive in return is greater: vision, purpose, stability, authenticity. You will not lose anything meant to stay. What is real does not require you to betray yourself to keep it. My child, the journey ahead will still require courage. There will be decisions you must make without full certainty. There will be leaps of faith that stretch you beyond your comfort. But I will not ask you to walk where I have not already gone before you. Each step you take into the unknown reveals more of the path. Do not demand the entire map, trust the guide. Soon, clarity will replace confusion. Direction will replace wandering. Strength will replace exhaustion. You will look back on this season and whisper, "Now I understand." What once felt like delay will reveal itself as preparation. What once felt like denial will prove to be protection. And every unanswered prayer will make sense in the light of what I kept you from. You are not standing at the end of your story, only at the threshold of a chapter that was written long before fear ever touched you. Keep your heart open. Keep your faith alive. Keep moving forward, even if your steps are small. I am shaping something beautiful through every moment that didn't make sense. And remember this above everything else, nothing you have gone through will be wasted. Every lesson, every tear, every victory, every scar will weave together into a testimony that carries life for others. You will speak, and people will listen, not because of titles or status, but because your words will come from a place of lived truth. You will become a beacon for those who feel lost, proof that survival can become strength and pain can become purpose. Hold on a little longer, my child. The season you are entering will not look like the ones before it. Light will return to places that felt endlessly dark. Joy will find its way back into your laughter. And peace, the deep, unshakable kind, will settle into your soul like a steady dawn. I am not finished with you. I am just getting started. My child, there is something sacred happening inside you even when you cannot perceive it clearly. You have been shedding layers, old fears, outdated beliefs, voices that once defined you but no longer fit. Growth isn't always loud. Sometimes it looks like losing interest in what once entertained you. Sometimes it feels like outgrowing conversations that used to excite you. Sometimes it means sitting in silence because noise no longer satisfies the longing in your spirit. That longing is the echo of your calling, gently pulling you toward higher ground. There were seasons when survival was your only focus. You did what you had to do just to make it through the day. But now, I am inviting you out of survival and into purpose. You are being repositioned. You are being reintroduced to yourself. Not the version shaped by fear. Not the version shaped by disappointment. But the version that was imagined for you from the beginning, bold, steady, resilient, luminous. And yes, the road ahead may still require courage. There will be temptations to go backward, to return to patterns that once felt safe, to reconnect with comfort disguised as familiarity. But remember this, comfort is not always peace. Some comfort exists only to keep you small. Peace, on the other hand, strengthens you to expand. Learn to recognize the difference. Choose what nourishes your spirit, not what numbs it. You may notice certain opportunities appearing that stretch you beyond what you feel capable of doing. Do not run from them. Growth rarely waits for perfect confidence. Many doors open while your hands are still trembling. It is not perfection I ask from you, it is willingness. When you step, courage follows. When you trust, clarity grows. And as you walk, what once intimidated you will become familiar ground beneath your feet. There will be people who come into your life in this new season whose presence feels different, peaceful, supportive, genuine. They will not compete with your growth, they will celebrate it. They will not drain you, they will strengthen you. Some of them will be answers to prayers you forgot you prayed. Be open. Not everyone is sent to hurt you. Some are sent to heal places inside you that pain tried to convince you would never mend. At the same time, you must learn to guard your heart wisely. You have a tendency to give deeply, to pour out without measuring, to love even when it leaves you empty. This is beautiful, but love requires boundaries to remain healthy. Not every burden is yours to carry. Not every crisis is yours to fix. Compassion does not mean self-neglect. You honor me when you honor the soul I placed inside you. There are still wounds within you that occasionally ache when touched, memories, words spoken over you, moments that shattered your confidence. I am not ignoring those wounds. I am gently healing them layer by layer. Healing is not always instant, sometimes it unfolds slowly so your heart has time to grow in wisdom. Be patient with yourself. You are allowed to take time to recover. You are allowed to rest without guilt. You are allowed to move forward without rushing. Soon, circumstances will arise that reveal how much you have changed. Situations that once triggered you will no longer have the same hold. Voices that once intimidated you will not silence you anymore. You will begin responding from strength instead of fear, from faith instead of insecurity. And in those moments, you will realize, something holy happened inside you, something no one can ever take away. My child, you are entering a season where clarity and courage will walk beside you. Doors will open that align with who you truly are. Paths will appear where before there seemed to be none. You will feel a quiet inner knowing guiding your choices. This is not coincidence, it is purpose unfolding. Do not rush. Do not force. Do not panic when something doesn't move at your speed. What is meant for you does not require anxiety to maintain it. What is truly yours will not slip through your hands. Trust that every delay carries wisdom, every closed door carries direction, and every detour carries protection. I have not forgotten a single detail of your journey. And hear this. The storm that once looked like it might break you will become the story that strengthens others. People will look at you and see perseverance where there should have been collapse. They will hear your voice and feel hope ignite again. Not because life became easy, but because you discovered who you were in the middle of difficulty and refused to quit. You are rising, quietly, steadily, beautifully. Not with noise, not with spectacle, but with depth. And depth always lasts longer than display. Trust the becoming. Trust the process. Trust that the same grace that carried you through the darkest nights will carry you into a brighter tomorrow. You are not losing yourself, you are finally meeting yourself. And I am with you, every step, guiding, guarding, and preparing the future that is already unfolding ahead of you. My child, as this moment draws to a close, I want you to take a breath and feel the truth of everything you've walked through. None of it was wasted. Not the painful chapters. Not the confusing seasons. Not the prayers that seemed unanswered. Every step, even the ones that felt like wandering, was quietly guiding you toward greater wisdom, deeper strength, and unshakable faith. You are not the same person who entered this season. You carry a depth now, a courage formed through fire. You see life differently, love more intentionally, and stand more firmly than before. That is growth. That is transformation. And that is evidence that I have been with you all along. Ahead of you lies more than survival, ahead of you lies purpose awakened. You will walk into rooms you once felt unworthy to enter. You will speak words you once felt afraid to say. You will make decisions with clarity instead of fear. And when you look in the mirror, you will finally recognize someone strong, grounded, and whole. Will challenges disappear forever? No. But you will face them differently. You will no longer crumble under pressure, you will navigate it with wisdom. You will no longer question your worth, you will carry it quietly within you. You will no longer chase acceptance, you will simply walk in authenticity and let truth draw the right connections to you. Remember, when uncertainty rises again, come back here, to this stillness, to this knowing, to this reminder that you were created with intention. You are guided, you are held, and you are deeply loved. You are not walking blindly, every step is seen, every tear is counted, every prayer is heard. And now, lift your eyes. The page is turning. A new chapter begins, not because everything suddenly becomes perfect, but because you finally understand who you are and who walks beside you. Go forward with quiet confidence. Go forward with courage. Go forward knowing that your story is far from over, it is only just unfolding in its fullness. You are ready, my child. And I am with you, always. My child, before you leave this moment, I want you to feel it, the atmosphere around your life is shifting. Doors that once refused to open are beginning to unlock. Strength you thought you lost is returning. Peace is rising inside you like a sunrise, steady and unstoppable. This is not imagination. This is alignment. This is the moment heaven begins to move in ways you could not make happen on your own. Blessings are forming quietly, like clouds gathering before the rain. Unexpected favor. Restored relationships. New opportunities. Healing in places you thought would ache forever. I am not promising ease, I am promising purpose, clarity, and a strength that does not break under pressure. Walk forward with expectation. Speak hope. Think boldly. Live like someone who knows they are guided. And if this message stirred something inside you, if your spirit felt seen, strengthened, lifted, then don't keep it to yourself. Someone else needs this reminder too. Share it. Comment what resonated with you. Type, I receive it, if you feel this word was meant for you. Like the video so it reaches more hearts that are silently fighting their own battles. And if you feel led to support this work so more people can hear messages like this around the world, you can use super thanks. Even a simple $20 blessing helps us keep creating, reaching, and spreading hope where it's needed most. There is no pressure, only gratitude for every person who stands with us. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, because there is more coming, more encouragement, more guidance, more reminders that you are not walking this path alone. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next message meant for your spirit. Remember this as you go, you are stronger than your fear, bigger than your past, and more called than you realize. Your best chapters have not arrived yet. Walk forward with faith, and watch what unfolds.